What's up, Soul Fam and everyone out there in the world? This is Nihility Tintity Tarot, and this is going to be a general reading for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Jupiter for the second half of the Sun transitioning the sign of Scorpio. Now, I hope all of y'all had a good first half of the Sun transitioning the sign of Scorpio and a little bit of the beginning of the second half. Putting out your reading. So, with that being said, I hope all is well with y'all, and let's talk about what the Sun represents and what it represents being in Scorpio. So the Sun is, of course, our actions, our viewpoints, how we see the world around us, as well as correlates to our wants, and it is going to be in the energies of Scorpio, which is fixed water, being fixated on its own ways of feeling the emotions, and Scorpio itself was born out of the 8th house of behind closed doors energies, secrets, occult, mysticism, and anything in the dark. Now keep in mind that the dark does not mean lights or day or night. The dark means anything that you're not consciously aware of. So mysticism and the dark in this case mean the same thing, which is the unknown. So with that being said, Sagittarius, you are mutable fire, being mutable and adaptable to your own and other people's ways of seeing and feeling the emotions. And Sagittarius itself was born out of the 9th house of higher education, higher knowledge, wisdom, and long distance travel, both externally and internally. So, Sagittarius, so I talked about 9th house. So, with that being said, Sagittarius, Scorpio is on the other side of Sagittarius. So Sagittarius sun signs, you're going to see the other side of your actions, the more deeper emotional side to the ways that you see you are mutable and adaptable to your own ways of seeing and feeling the emotions. And Sagittarius moon, this is what you're going to be attracting. You're going to be attracting other people and seeing the other side to how they mutably see and feel about their own and other people's emotions, the more deeper emotional side to them. So, with that being said, I'm going to shuffle the Universal Celtic deck a couple more times, and then draw 9 cards plus an overall fun set Universal Celtic deck, and then clarify with the Waite deck, and then move on to the Moonology Oracle deck to see what Mother Moon has to say to you, through me, to end the reading off. So, let's see what you guys got going on for the second half of the Sun transitioning sign of Scorpio. So one more shuffle, and we'll begin. So, the overall energy of the reading is the Knight of Cups, which is you emotionally going after what you want and desire during this time. So you have a lot of emotions towards what you want and desire to do, and you're going after those wants and desires during the first half of the Sun transition sign of Scorpio. Now your first card is the Page of Swords, which is talking about you adapting or doing your best to adapt to your circumstances, situation. But with the Page of Swords coming out, this is also a card of forewarning you to watch your thoughts before you speak, because in the middle of the process of adapting yourself to your circumstances, situation, you may have immature communication during this time. Your second card for the Universal Celtic deck that you get is the Star card, which is Aquarius energy. So you could be dealing with an Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Saturn, or have Aquarius in your chart, and if so, these energies will be amplified for you during the second half of the Sun transition sign of Scorpio. But this is talking about you healing, focusing on being optimistic, and focusing on making your wishes come true. Now your third card for the Universal Celtic deck that you get is the Devil card, which is Capricorn energy. So you could be dealing with the Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Saturn, or have Capricorn in your chart. And if so, these energies will be amplified for you during the second half of the Sun transitioning the sign of Scorpio. But this card overall is talking about either indulgence or fear. We'll have to clarify this when we get to it. But if it's dealing with fear, you need to understand, understand that you as a spirit that are no thing, no shape, no form, only creating and agreeing with thoughts and feelings. So instead of creating and agreeing with negative thoughts and feelings, create higher perspectives of positive thoughts and feelings to alleviate this fear, aka fear of reality, that you have created by creating and agreeing with negative thoughts and feelings during this time. Now, with your fourth card for Universal Celtic Tarot deck that you get is the Queen of Wands, which is talking about you being passionate, independent, going after what you want and desire without necessarily caring about others' thoughts or feelings. You're still caring about others, but you're not caring about those thoughts or feelings during this time. And passionately going after what you want during the second half of the Sun transition in the sign of Scorpio, which keep in mind that this is a very attractive card. So, being in this energy, you are bound to attract people. Your fifth card for Universal Celtic Tarot deck that you get is the Ace of Swords, which the Ace of Swords is talking about clarity, a new idea. Along with all aces, ace means beginning, so this is a beginning of what? A sword, and sword in tarot is ale. Ale is thinking and communicating ideas. So you're having a new beginning in the mental realm and coming up with new ideas or finding clarity about some matter. Your sixth card for Universal Celtic Tarot deck that you get is the World card, which is Aquarius, Scorpio, Taurus, and Leo energy. So you could be dealing with an Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Saturn, and Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus, a Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Mars, or you may be on the cusp of Scorpio, Sagittarius as well, or you're dealing or you could be dealing with a Leo, Sun, Moon, or Rising, or have one of these energies in your chart. And so these energies will be amplified for you during the second half of the Sun transition in the sign of Scorpio. But overall, there is a karmic completion that you're completing, and I feel like you're adapting yourself and really pushing out yourself and pushing your emotions to go after what you want and desire, though you do have a little bit of feel, which I feel like this is feel about this situation, because the Page of Swords is here, so you're adapting and doing your best not to make any mistakes and focusing on healing from such matter, but you are going after new things in the emotional realm. But with your seventh card for Universal Celtic Tarot deck that you get is the King of Swords, which is talking about you being logical, fair, and assertive, but you also could be emotionally distant. Do your best to balance out your thoughts and emotions in an equilibrium way, but remain logical and fair when it comes to this. This is a really good energy to be in, but the emotional distance part can be a little bit bothersome or troublesome. Alright, so do your best to balance out your thoughts and emotions during this time. Now, your eighth card from the Universal Celtic Tarot deck that you get is the King of Cups, which is you being emotionally grounded within your emotions. Keep in mind that the King of Cups does not become the King of Cups without going through hardships or past experiences of, like I said, hardships. So, with that being said, you have been through things in the past, but use that wisdom that you've gained and how you've gained emotionally grounded within those experiences to emotionally ground yourself in this experience that you're going through in the present moment through the second half of the Sun transition in the sign of Scorpio. Now, your last but not least card for the Universal Celtic Tarot deck that you get is the Hierophant, which is Taurus energy. So you could be dealing with the Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus, or have Taurus in your chart, and so these energies will be amplified for you during the second half of the Sun transition in the sign of Scorpio. But overall, you are using the knowledge and wisdom that you gained throughout your life to proceed forward. You're also using the intuition, as you can see with the Moon card being behind the woman representing your emotions, the Moon representing your intuition, and the both pillars, as you can see, the night and the day, what's known and what's not known, your wisdom and knowledge that you've gained throughout your life. Like I said, you're using that, but you also need to use your intuition and watch out for other people being secretive or you being secretive about the wrong things during this time as well. So, with that being said, let's move on to the Waite deck for clarification, starting off with the overall being the Knight of Cups. And the Knight of Cups is clarified by the Nine of Pentacles. So the Nine of Pentacles is talking about you being independent, sufficient in the material world, and from this independent energy, you're able to emotionally go after what you want and desire during the second half of the Sun transition, the sign of Scorpio. Okay, so with that being said, moving on to the Page of Swords. The Page of Swords is clarified by the Four of Wands. So the Four of Wands is talking about a happy home. So you're doing your best to adapt yourself to the situation or circumstance to have a happy home. Alright? To have that fulfilling place to go to wherever you call home at. But you must watch out for your communication during this time. So watch your thoughts before you communicate them, but continue to adapt yourself the best way you can. Now with the star card is clarified by the Lovers card, which is Gemini energy. So you can begin with the Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, or a Mercury, or have Gemini in your chart, and so these energies will be amplified for you during the second half of the Sun transition inside of Scorpio. But overall, you are either dealing with a twin flame, a soulmate, or you listening to your higher self. But whatever the case may be, this is helping you heal. Right? This soulmate, twin flame, or you listening to your higher self is helping you heal and be optimistic during this time, during the second half of the Sun transition inside of Scorpio. So that's a really good thing to see. Moving on to the Devil card. The Devil card is clarified by the King of Wands, which the King of Wands is talking about you taking leadership over a vision that you've envisioned for yourself. But with this vision, you may be having some fear, you may be having some self-doubt, you may not feel like you're good enough, you may feel like you not have enough information, yada yada. But with the King of Wands, you take this, put the energy into this vision that you've envisioned for yourself, and transmit these negative thoughts and feelings that you're creating and agreeing with into positive thoughts and feelings during this time. Now with the Queen of Wands is clarified by the Ace of Pentacles, which the Ace of Pentacles is talking about a new material opportunity in the material world, either given forth from your own self and from your own ideas, or from something external, but you're being passionate and independent about this material opportunity and going after it regardless of what other people say or think during this time. Now with this Ace of Swords, the Ace of Swords is clarified by the King of Cups, which is talking about being emotionally grounded. So with that being said, this new idea or clarity is going to help you be emotionally grounded during this time, or being emotionally grounded during this time. Mind you, it's the other way around. Being emotionally grounded during this time will help you find clarity or spark of a new idea for yourself during the second half of the Sun transition sign of Scorpio. Now with the World card is clarified by the Seven of Swords. So this is what you're going to be completing. You're going to be completing being getting over the self-deception. Alright, so you're going to stop being self-deceptive and really going after what you want and desire during the second half of the Sun transition inside of Scorpio. Now with the King of Wands, and the King of Swords, is clarified by the Ace of Swords. So when it comes to this new idea or clarity, you are being very logical and assertive and fair when it comes to it, but add your emotions and balance out those thoughts and emotions during this time when it comes to this new idea that you have. Don't let this feel get to you during this time. Again, create and agree with positive thoughts and feelings. Now with this King of Cups, the King of Cups is clarified by the Queen of Swords. So you're being very self-aware, standing in your truth, giving self-advice, but you're being very emotionally grounded by doing so. You're letting people come to you and giving the advice that you want, that you feel like they need when they ask for it during this time. With the Queen of Swords clarifying the King of Cups, and with the High Priestess as your last card, but definitely not least, it is clarified by the Three of Pentacles, which the Three of Pentacles is talking about you working hard, possibly collaborating with others during this time. So with that being said, continue to work hard, but this is what this is why you're following your intuition and using the knowledge and wisdom that you've gained throughout your life to move forward. So with that being said, let's move on to the Moonology Oracle Deck to see what energies see what Mother Moon wants to say to you through me to end the reading off. Now excuse the dog. So let's pull these three cards out and let's see what Mother Moon has to say to you through me to end this reading off. So your first card from Mother Moon to you through me is Third Quarter Moon. Adjustments are required. So adjustments are required during this time. So adjust yourself in any way, as we can see here with the Page of Swords. Don't watch out for your communication while doing so, but you also need to adjust this feel so you can really go after what you want and desire during your life, as well as completing the cycle of being self-deceptive to yourself. So adjustments are required during the second half of the Sun transition inside of Scorpio. Now your second card from Mother Moon to you through me is New Moon in Cancer. You and your loved ones are safe. So you and your loved ones are safe during this time. So don't get caught up into this fear. Don't get caught up into any type of self-deceptive energies. So, understand and understand that you and your loved ones are safe during this time. Now, your third and last but not least card from Mother Moon to you through me is Gibeus Moon. You're very close to achieving your goal. So you are very close to achieving your goal at this time. So keep working hard, keep doing what you are doing during the second half of the sun transition in the sign of Scorpio, and you'll be good to go. And with that being said, that'll be all for this general reading for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Jupiter. I hope this helped. I hope this brought clarity. I hope this aided you in any way. Shout out to the whole Soul family. Shout out to y'all of the Pilot Man. Y'all be blessed. Remember that you never be less. Y'all take care and peace.